Hello friends, already in the last lecture we have started the numerical, continuation with that part, and the numerical is. Here we are in practice set 6.1, question number 9, and the numerical is if tan theta is plus 1 upon tan theta is equal to 2, tan theta plus 1 upon tan theta is equal to 2, then show that tan square theta plus 1 upon tan square theta is equal to 2. First of all, try to understand the difference between the given and the respected answer. Here tan theta plus 1 upon tan theta, and it is exactly get converted into tan square theta plus 1 upon tan square theta. No doubt we have three fundamental identities: sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Now here this portion is exactly get converted into square. So writing one by one step, and the part is, first of all they have given a value tan theta plus 1 upon tan theta is equal to 2. So the part is tan theta plus 1 upon tan theta, and that value they have given it as a 2. Now as we need a square of LHS, I am going to make squaring from both sides. So this part become squaring both sides. As I am going to make a square, means short, I am going to make a square of LHS as well as I am going to make a square of RHS, and the step become, so this step is now tan theta plus 1 upon tan theta bracket square is equal to 2 square, so 2 square. Now making a square expansion in the form of a plus b bracket square, I am going to write the part over here. You need two formulae which is required over here, and the part is, first is a plus b bracket square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. I am going to also help you one more part over here. Instead of a plus b bracket square, I am going to write a plus 1 upon b bracket square. In that case method remains same, a square plus 2a into this means 1 upon b, a into 1 upon b plus b square means here 1 upon b is a term, so 1 upon b square. And in this way the logic is first term square plus 2 first term into second term plus second term square. And if you have confusion, you can make the bracket over here. I am going to use the same funda or application over here. So the part become, here tan square theta plus 2 into bracket first term means tan theta into second term means 1 upon tan square theta, 1 upon tan theta. So here it become first term square 2 into first term into second term plus second term square means 1 upon tan theta. If I am going to make a square, it become 1 upon tan square theta, and but obvious is equal to sign as usual, and now 2 square is 4. And in this way we are able to get a square expansion. Definitely after square expansion we have to make the simplification, and in this case you can observe one part in a middle term. It contains 1 tan theta at a numerator and 1 tan theta at a denominator. If I am going to cancel 1 tan theta from numerator and 1 tan theta from the denominator, simplified value of this square expansion become tan square theta plus 2 into 1, that become 2, plus 1 upon tan square theta, and is equal to 4. And this is nothing but a simplified version of this square expansion. Now as per the condition, we need only tan square theta plus 1 upon tan square theta at LHS, means we need only this term tan square theta plus 1 upon tan square theta. Rest naturally these two I have to shift over there. So simplifying that part, now I am going to write this step as it is over there. Tan square theta plus 2 plus 1 upon tan square theta is equal to 4. So this term is tan square theta plus 2 plus 1 upon tan square theta is equal to 4. Now shifting this 2 to that side. Therefore, tan square theta plus 1 upon tan square theta is equal to 4. Shifted this plus to that side, it become minus 2. Now we have to just make a simplification over here, and the part is tan square theta plus 1 upon tan square theta. So 1 upon tan square theta is equal to 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2, and this is your respective answer. Or logically you can say that they have given a condition and successfully we are able to prove it. Now student, please pay attention. N number of time if you are going to solve a numerical, then in that case first condition I am going to clear. Please read the question carefully. What is the given content in LHS or in given equation and what is the answer expected by them? You just get a comparison it for a slant just for 5 to 10 seconds. Immediately from this condition I realize that there is a requirement of a square and I have done squaring both sides. In such a way you can solve all the type of numerical which is given in a trigonometric ratio. Means there are only two types. First, understanding the concept of given and what to prove. Second, what are the logic required in that case, and in this way you can easily solve the numerical. Here the numerical of exercise 6.1 question number 10, and the numerical is question number 10, tan A upon 1 plus tan square A bracket square plus cot A upon 1 plus cot square A bracket square is equal to sin A into cos A. Naturally you can see LHS is larger in size as well as in the form of numerator upon denominator, but RHS is very simple and that is also in numerator. Means step by step you have to reduce the value of larger content into smaller content and then you are reaching up to the final answer. So the part is, first of all I am going to write the part over here, and that is nothing but LHS, and the part is they have given the valuations and these values are, they have given tan A upon 1 plus tan square A, so it become tan A upon 1 plus tan square A bracket square plus cot A upon 1 plus cot square A bracket square. Now step by step I am going to explain the reason next connected to that as per the requirement. You know two fundamental property, 1 plus tan square A and 1 plus cot square A. Here I have written a fundamental identities. 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta, 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is cosec square theta. Making implementation of that fundamental identities over here. Now the part is, the first step itself is going to get modified over here, and the part is, here tan A is as usual, so tan A is as usual, and 1 plus tan square A, that become sec square A, naturally bracket square, plus cot A as usual, so cot A, 1 plus cot square theta, that is nothing but cosec square theta, so it become cosec square A bracket square. In this way 1 plus tan square A is replaced by sec square A bracket square as usual, and 1 plus cot square A replaced by cosec square A bracket square as usual. Now the next step, which is nothing but simplification of that part, and here evaluation is, here the next modification will be started, and that is nothing but they have given this term also in the form of bracket square bracket square. So the part is tan A as usual upon sec square A bracket square, just like x square bracket square, we write it as x raised to 4. If the term is given x square bracket square, we write it as x raised to 4. In a similar manner, sec square A bracket square, I am going to write it as sec raised to 4A. so it becomes sec raised to 4a plus cot a. This cot a is as usual, and cosec square a bracket square to square raised to 4 means it become cosec raised to 4a. Hope so. Up to this step your all concepts are very clear and you can easily understand the part. So in the first, second, third step we are just going to reduce as much as we can possibly complete it. Now here definitely there is some turning position and you should understand there are two logics that I am going to use it over here. First about tan, second about cot, third about sec raised to 4 and about cosec raised to 4. One by one I am going to clear the part, and the part is this is sec raised to 4a, but fortunately it is divided by over here, and this is cos raised to 4, it is also divided by. Sec and cos having their own reciprocal. What are that value? So the first part is sec is a reciprocal of a cos, means in a numerical if I able to get the value 1 upon sec theta, 1 upon sec theta, you can write it as a cos theta. I repeat, if a numerical given is 1 upon sec theta, then I can write it as a cos theta. In a similar manner, if anyone given me 1 upon sec raised to 4 theta, I can replace it as 1 upon cos raised to 4 theta. In a similar manner, if in a numerical I am able to get 1 upon cosec theta, if they have given me 1 upon cosec theta, then cosec theta is a reciprocal of a sine. So cosec theta can be replaced as numerator sine theta. In a similar manner, 1 upon cosec raised to, if they give me raised to 4 theta, then I can write it as sine raised to 4 theta. Same modification that I am going to do it over here. This is the first step. Second, about tan A and cot A. You are quite familiar about tan A and cot A. What is that? You know very well. Tan theta can be written as sin theta upon cos theta. In a similar manner, you can write cot theta. So your cot theta can be written as cos theta upon sin theta. Now please pay attention. This is the most turning moment of this numerical, and the part is and the part over here is, first of all, this tan A, I repeat, please pay attention, tan A, this tan A can be written as sin A upon cos A. This tan A can be written as sin A upon cos A. Like tan theta is replaced by sin theta upon cos theta, in a similar manner tan A is replaced by sin A upon cos A. Next, sec raised to 4a. We know that 1 upon sec raised to 4 theta can be shifted to the numerator and written as cos raised to 4 theta. In a similar manner, sec raised to 4 theta I am going to shifting, or sec raised to 4a I am going to shift it at numerator and I am writing it as cos raised to 4a. Next part, cot A. We know that cot theta can be written as cos theta upon sin theta. In a similar manner, cot A can be represented as cos A upon sin A. And next part, upon cosec raised to 4a. Here we have completed 1 upon cosec raised to 4 theta, shift to the numerator and become sin raised to 4 theta. Similarly, upon cosec raised to 4a shifted to the numerator and that become sin raised to 4a. And in this case, this step is most important of this numerical. Once again, the part is tan A is represented as sin theta upon cos theta. Similar way, tan A is replaced by sin A upon cos A. This upon sec raised to 4a is shifted to the numerator as cos raised to 4a, plus cot A is replaced by cos A upon sin A, and cosec raised to 4a, cosec is shifted to the numerator and that becomes sin raised to 4a. Rest of the part I am going to write it over here with roughing this part. Now this is a step where we have reached sin A upon cos A into cos raised to 4A plus cos A upon sin A into sin raised to 4A. I'm going to write the same step upstairs with some modification. Why? Because this cos A can cancel with 1 cos A and this upon sin A can cancel with 1 sin A. So making simplification. So I'm writing sin A upon cos A as usual, means sin A upon cos A as usual. Next, into cos raised to 4A into cos raised to 4A, I'm going to write it as cos A into cos cube A. Just like x raised to 4 can be written as x cube into x. In the same way, I'm going to write it as cos raised to 4A is cos A into cos cube A. Next, plus sign as usual. So here plus sign. Next part, cos A upon sin A as usual. So cos A upon sin A as usual into sin raised to 4A. I am writing it as sin A into sin cube A. So it will become sin A into sin cube A. And in this way, we have make a simplification. Why? You can simply understand over here the part which is going to get cancelled. 1 cos A from numerator and 1 cos A from denominator get cancelled over here. Get cancelled over here. One cos A and cos A get cancelled over here. Similarly, 1 sin A from numerator and denominator get cancelled over here. Now the next part for simplification. Just observe the step carefully so that you can easily understand the part. Now remaining part is sin A into cos cube A. So this part remain and the values are sin A into cos cube A plus cos A into sin cube A. Still we are unable to reach to the step where we want to go, and the part is here, as we are able to get sin A into cos cube A plus cos A into sin cube A, we need to answer sin A into cos A. Again this group given over here, I am going to separate it and writing a part over here. Here sin A into cos cube A, I am writing it as sin A into cos cube A, I am writing it as cos A into cos square A. In the next part, plus sign, so plus as usual, and cos A, so cos A into, instead of writing sin cube A, I am writing it as sin A into sin square A. Now what are the modification available over here? Please pay attention. Sin A is available over here and sin A is available over here. This is the first part. Cos A is available over here and cos A is available over here. Means definitely you can take these terms as a common. If sin A, I am going to take it as a common. Cos A, I am going to take it as a common. So the part become sin A into cos A. The remaining part cos square A plus, here part remain is sin square A, and the simplification is here. Now onward you have to just simplify the part, and evaluation is equal to here sin A into cos A. Now here sin A into cos A, is already taken as a common, but we know one fundamental identity, and the part is sin square A plus cos square A. Observe this property, sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. According to fundamental identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Similar manner, sin square A plus cos square A, that can be written as 1. So this becomes step as sin A into cos A, and this entire value become 1. And simply if you are going to multiply 1 with sin A into cos A, your answer remain as sin A into cos A, and that is nothing but your RHS. So student, observe this numerical very carefully and understand each and every step and complete your respective numerical, as we need to answer sin A into cos A, and that is nothing but your RHS. Hello friends, already in the last lecture we have completed the numerical up to 10th. Moving to the numerical number 11, practice set 6.1, and the numerical is question number 11. Sec raised to 4a in bracket 1 minus sin raised to 4a minus 2 tan square a is equal to 1. Remember, this numerical LHS is huge in number and RHS is very small. Means step by step you have to reduce all the values and reach up to the final step. So as per your condition, LHS is given sec raised to 4a. So sec raised to 4a into bracket 1 minus sin raised to 4a minus 2 tan square a. So minus 2 tan square a. Now here one by one I would write some additional property if it is required, and series will we go in the downstairs over here. First, sec is a reciprocal of a cos. Sec is a reciprocal of a cos. Means if I have written sec a, I can write it as 1 upon cos a. In a similar manner, if I would write sec raised to 4a, I can write it as 1 upon cos raised to 4a. Why? Because 1 raised to 4 is 1 itself. Making that modification over here, and the numerical become here evaluation part for the step first. This valuation 1 minus sin raised to 4a is as usual. Here 1 minus sin raised to 4a as usual, and sec raised to 4a can be written as cos raised to 4a. Minus 2 tan square a, presently I am writing it as it is because I can't get any simplification over here. Here I am going to write it as minus 2 tan square a, because in this step we cannot get any modification comparing over here. Now this cos raised to 4a is a part, and again we have to go for reduction. So the next part is 1 minus sin raised to 4a. Now the part is, if in a numerical it is given as a raised to 4, then I can write it as a square bracket square. Following this rule over here, I am going to make a slant changes. What is exactly that part? Student, please attend every step properly and observe it carefully. Here 1 minus sin raised to 4a, I am going to write it as 1 minus sin raised to 4a can be written as sin square a bracket square. I repeat, 1 is as usual, minus sign is as usual, sin raised to 4a. Just like a raised to 4 we can write as a square bracket square. In a similar manner, sin raised to 4a is written as sin square a bracket square. Cos raised to 4a as usual. Cos raised to 4a is as usual. Minus 2 tan square a as usual. Minus 2 tan square a as usual. Now if I have written it as a something bracket square, if I have written something bracket square, I can also write 1 as a 1 square, because 1 square is 1 itself. So I am writing this unit also as a 1 square. Now why? Because in this case, at least at a numerator, I am getting one concept that is called as a square minus b square. You know very well. If I would write the factor like a square minus b square, having a factor a plus b into a minus b. With this help of principle, we can make factorization of this part, and the evaluation is, here I am going to split this term as per condition, and the part will be, here a square minus b square, it is nothing but a plus b into a minus b. So it become 1 plus sin square a into second bracket 1 minus sin square a total divided by cos raised to 4a. So total divided by cos raised to 4a. minus 2 tan square a still as usual, minus 2 tan square a as usual. Now the next step, we are going for the part. Here 1 plus sin square a, we cannot have any modification, but 1 minus sin square a, yes, we have modification. What is that? We have fundamental identities, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. In a similar manner, we can write sin square a plus cos square a is equal to 1, or we can say that just only cos square a can be written as 1 shifting plus sin square a to that side minus sin square a. Means I can replace 1 minus sin square a as cos square a, and that is the main trick we are using over here. So the next step over here and the part is, here simplification become 1 plus sin square a as usual, replacing 1 minus sin square a as cos square a, divide by, now I can split this part, that is I can split this part cos raised to 4a into two group, that is cos square a into cos square a. What does it mean? Cos raised to 4a, if I am able to get a value of a raised to 4, I can write it as a square into a square. In the similar manner, cos raised to 4a is split by cos square a into cos square a. Just as I observe a value of cos square a, immediately I can know or understand the factor over here for the part. What is exactly that part? Tan a can be written as sin a upon cos a. Tan a can be written as sin a upon cos a. In a similar manner, tan square a can be written as sin square a upon cos square a. Now I am going to do the same thing over here. So your minus, the term is 2 tan square a, I am writing 2 as usual, and tan square a can be written as sin square a upon cos square a. And in this way, now we are ready for cutting operation. Means what? Here you can simply first bracket into cos square a, first bracket into cos square a, divide by cos square a into cos square a. Means everywhere there is a multiplication sign. So you can cancel 1 cos square a from numerator, and you can cancel 1 cos square a from denominator. And this is the main step of this part. And rest of the step I am going to write upstairs. Up till this part, hope so you are very clear. Now continuation with the part. I am writing 1 plus sin square a as usual, divided by cos square a. 1 plus sin square a upon cos square a. So the first step, 1 plus sin square a upon cos square a as usual. So cos square a as usual. Here sin is minus, and 2 sin square a upon cos square a. So your part is minus 2 sin square a upon cos square a. This part is also as usual. Now what is the advantage of this step? Advantage of this step is, at the first step also you are getting cos square a, which is a base, and at the second step cos square a, that is also a base, and that gives you a lead to final conclusion of answer. So is equal to, the next step is cos square a, base is cos square a, and the part is, numerator is 1 plus sin square a. So 1 plus sin square a minus 2 sin square a. Now you are very close to your answer, and the part is equal to, here next simplification, 1 as usual. So 1 as usual. Now plus sin square a minus 2 sin square a plus sin square a minus 2 sin square a, it indicates that x square minus 2x square, you are writing it as a minus x square. In the same way, sin square a minus 2 sin square a, it become minus sin square a, divided by cos square a is as usual. Now you are reached up to a final step over here, and the part is once again 1 minus sine square a. 1 minus sine square a can be replaced as cos square a. We are already done it over here. 1 minus sine square a is replaced by cos square a. Same way here, 1 minus sine square a can be replaced as 1 minus sine square a can be replaced as cos square a. Total divided by cos square a, and cos square a upon cos square a cancelling each other, cancelling cos square a and cos square a, this become 1, and that is nothing but your RHS. And in this way you can solve this entire numerical. Once again student, there are two main steps which is taking turn over here, where this is the first step where numerical is going to get turned, and you should understand this logic. And second, the cancellation effect. Why? You have to try to maximum time cancellation because your LHS is longer in length or higher in content, and RHS is simple one, means you have to reduce each and every step. That is the focus of this numerical. So again, this step is important where you are going to make maximum cancellation. In this way you can solve this numerical. Ratio, practice set 6.1 and question number 12, and the numerical is tan theta upon sec theta minus 1 is equal to tan theta plus sec theta plus 1 upon tan theta plus sec theta minus 1. If you want to solve this numerical, step by step you have to understand the part. Here tan theta sec theta minus 1, it is a fundamental property in a grouping. Tan theta sec theta plus 1, it is also part of the same group, and tan sec and 1, they all are related with fundamental identities, and that identity is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. So I am going to start the part over here from that proof, and the evaluation is, therefore by identities we have 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. So your part 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. Although we are able to write the property, but student always get confused now how to modify this part into this numerical type of conversion. Means LHS is equal to RHS. Remember, just observe LHS, tan theta. Now it is a separate, and sec theta minus 1 means sec is a pair of 1 or 1 is a partner of a sec. Naturally I am going to do the same thing. I am taking tan as independent, and I am shifting 1 to that side as a pair of sec square. So this part become tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. This plus 1 shifted to that side, it become minus 1, and that is a secondary part of understanding. Now again tan square theta is not in square, but tan theta is independent. Means I am going to write tan square theta as splitting into tan square theta as a tan theta into tan theta. Now the next step is sec square theta minus 1. I am going to do some calculation over here so that you can easily understand the part. Here RHS is now sec square theta minus 1. Sec square theta minus 1. Now the first step is sec square theta minus 1, you know very well a square minus b square formula. A square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. In a similar manner, if I am going to write sec square theta and minus 1, I am writing it as 1 square. Because again 1 square is 1, minus 1 will remain as it is. And I am going to use the principle of factor a square minus b square, that become a plus b into a minus b. So sec square theta minus 1 square, its factor become sec theta plus 1 into sec theta minus 1. In this way, sec square theta minus 1, I am going to factorize it as sec theta plus 1 into sec theta minus 1. Now the main part start from here. Now again student will get confused that from this step how we are going to take modification. Again observe the numerical. Here n number of time you have to observe what is given and what is to be proved, so that you can divert your step according to that direction. Here they have a tan theta and divide by sec theta minus 1. Means they need 1 tan theta and now they need divide by sec theta minus 1. So sec theta minus 1 is over here. So I am going to just write the same pattern over here as per their required condition. Now remember, here I am keeping 1 tan theta as it is. This tan theta is as usual. So tan theta. And I am shifting this sec theta minus 1 from RHS to LHS. So it become sec theta minus 1. Now this sec theta plus 1 is over here. Sec theta plus 1 over here. And this multiplied by tan theta which is at LHS shifted to RHS, it become divided by. Means what exactly we have done? We have done only one simple thing, that as per required tan theta upon sec theta minus 1, tan theta upon sec theta minus 1, which is required part, we are rearrange it. We have rearranged it and rest all the things we have shifted to RHS. Now at least you can see that tan theta upon sec theta minus 1, tan theta upon sec theta minus 1, which is LHS. Now it is ready. Now definitely we have to make modification at RHS. But again from numerical itself only you can easily observe the part. In answer there is a part of LHS is available, tan theta upon sec theta minus 1. Now there is a part tan theta plus sec theta plus 1. I repeat, tan theta plus sec theta plus 1, tan theta plus sec theta plus 1 upon tan theta plus sec theta minus 1, tan theta plus sec theta minus 1. Means they have make an addition of a numerator as well as addition of denominator. This property is called as property in terms of theorem of equal ratio. What exactly it indicates? Let me clear over here. Theorem of equal ratio indicate that if A upon B is equal to C upon D, then you can have a part A upon B is equal to C upon D is equal to A plus C, that is A plus C upon B plus D. This part we already completed in 9th standard. Now making application of that. So your first group, here I am going to write by theorem of equal ratio or theorem on equal ratio. Your first group is over here, is equal to second group and is equal to addition of all. So one by one, tan theta upon sec theta minus 1. So tan theta upon sec theta minus 1 is equal to sec theta plus 1, sec theta plus 1 upon tan theta. And now simply I am going to make addition of all the group, that is tan theta plus sec theta plus 1. So all upper part, tan theta plus sec theta plus 1, tan theta plus sec theta plus 1, total divided by sec theta minus 1 plus tan theta, sec theta minus 1 plus tan theta. Now we have reached almost at the last stage, but I am writing final step upstairs and removing all this part. Here the last part is as per required. We need tan theta upon sec theta minus 1. So I am writing that evaluation. Tan theta upon sec theta minus 1. So here tan theta upon sec theta minus 1 is equal to, here as per answer, tan theta plus sec theta plus 1. So tan theta plus sec theta plus 1, it is in ready form. So here tan theta plus sec theta plus 1 upon basis tan theta plus sec theta minus 1. Just make rearrangement. Tan theta is at initial stage, then sec theta and then minus 1. So it become tan theta plus sec theta minus 1. And in this way, just with the additional step over here, you can complete. Student, remember this is a numerical of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Within a half page, or you can say 80% of your one page, you are going to complete entire numerical. Write your handwriting perfectly. This is a part, and additional reason that you are supposed to explain, as I already mentioned over here in the numerical. Write in a systematic manner and complete your respective paper as well as your respective notebook. Hello friends, continuation with the last numerical, and the part is, now here we are going to understand somehow theory between your exercise 6.1 and 6.2. In 6.2 and onward, there are some numerical which is going to start on theoretical structure. Means a person is standing on a road observing a top of church, or a person is at a top of lighthouse observing a ship, and there are three concepts get generated. Among them, the first concept is called as line of vision. Line of vision means what? Generally, any person is going to observe anything in a straight line. I repeat, any person is going to observe anything or any object or any person, any building, any hill station part, anything, we are going to observe it by straight eyesight. Means if I am going to standing in front of your camera and I am going to observe a camera lens, then naturally my observation is in straight direction. So here the concept is called as line of vision. So your first concept is going to get start, line of vision. Generally it is indicated as a straight line, and consider that it is always horizontal. It is always horizontal. And in that case, let us say, I am going to say this is a person who is going to start observing. So I am going to call it as a P. And there is another point that I am going to call it as a Q. And this P to Q, this is a line of vision over here. Sometimes they indicate the arrow at the end, sometimes they indicate the arrow at the middle. Means the respective person having observation horizontal to ground, that is the meaning of that. Horizontal to ground, or this horizontal line is nothing but a ground. Both the way you can take it. By which here either you can observe from left to right or right to left, that depend upon your part. But in this case, there are two concepts get started. This respective person sometime observe object above its height. The respective person is going to observe the object which is above the respective height, and when he is going to observe upward, that concept is called as angle of elevation. Means let's have a part. I have drawn one line that is called as a horizontal line over here. Let us say we can call it as a line of vision, which is a horizontal line. Now if the respective person is going to observe any object which is at the top, let us say a bird is flying, an aeroplane is moving from air, naturally this respective person is going to observe the respective object in upward direction. Means logically you can say in terms of a geometry, your angle is moving in upward direction. Your angle is moving upward direction. Generally in numerical this is given as a theta, this is given as a theta, and this theta is called as an angle of elevation. I repeat, called as angle of elevation. So this part become angle of elevation. What is exactly mean by angle of elevation? There is a line of vision which is horizontal. There is a line of a vision which is a horizontal, and you are moving or observing something object which is at the top, and your angle goes on increasing in positive direction, or you can say in anti-clockwise. That concept is called as angle of elevation over there. And in numerical it is given as theta, maybe 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, depending upon the part. So read it carefully. No doubt, in this case, this ray which is generated over here, that is the same part called as line of vision. So your part is a line of vision. Now the second part is, as you are observing in upward direction, we call it as an angle of elevation, and this horizontal line is line of a vision, and this upward line is line of vision. Here in the next part over here, angle of depression. Now what exactly? Let us say now presently this is the horizontal line which is parallel to your ground surface. This is the horizontal line that is parallel to your ground surface. Your respective person is over here. Now let us say you are at somehow top position, means at top of a building or at a top of hill station or some particular height. And now you are going to observe something at a downward direction. I repeat, you are going to observe something in downward direction. So if you want to see that object in downward direction, then change in the first and second cases. Here your angle is moving in upward direction. That's why we call it as an angle of elevation. Now your line of vision remains same. But now you are going to observe this angle, and that angle is moving in downward direction. And as this angle is moving downward direction along with the horizontal axis measurement, remember you have to always measure that respective angle with parallel to x-axis only. That is the main concept in the numerical. Now this is your line of vision, and now you are moving something or observing some object in downward direction. Let us say this is a theta. Again it may be 30, 35, 40, 45 degree depending upon your numerical. And in that case, now as you are observing something in downward direction, this is called as an angle of depression. So this is called as angle of depression. Remember, part remains same. Here also you call this line as a line of vision. Here line of vision doesn't changes. Only the part is that angle of elevation means you are observing something in upward direction, and angle of depression means you are observing something which is at a down direction. And this both the concept unanimously with the line of vision is going to used in numerical content, which is a part of 6.2 and onward. Also here some numerical may be in combination of that, means sometime person is at a particular position, there is a horizontal axis, some object you are going to observe in upward direction and some object may be observed in downward direction. Such a type of numericals are also available in your syllabus. Also in some numerical, at a time you are observing two objects, first at some particular angle and second at some particular angle. These types are also included in your syllabus. So student, first we are going to understand some normal numerical, and after that we are going for some specific numerical.